few seconds because it takes a while for the ads to go off, and I need to check my stuff. It's not come up on my iPad yet. So good morning if you are there. Oh yeah, I've got the adverts on now. So good morning, happy Tuesday. Hope you're okay. Coffee and card, round 12, week 2. So good morning, another lovely sunny day, as you can see out there. It's been really nice on Tuesdays for the last quite a few weeks, but I think it's going to change on Thursday, the weather. So I'm going to turn the camera around, pop in here. Whoops, nearly knocked the whole thing over then. There we go. Let's see, that's okay. Yep, I'm on my well, not my new stand, but I've got it in front of me instead of, right, let me just tie my hair back because it's so warm when you've got long hair. Good morning, Jill. I think we'll be quiet on here today because it's so nice and the weather's going to change soon, and I know that a couple of my ladies have texted me to say that they've got things on today, so they won't be on live. So apparently I've only got 3 of you watching. Oh, hi, Kath, which is very low in numbers. But it's all good because people can catch up after. Whew. Right, hair's tied back. Let's just grab a slurp of the coffee. Well, I don't need to go through the names. Hi, Ali, because there's not many names this morning. So we're going to do a card. I know Kath's probably happy about this one because she commented on it ages ago. We're going to do a card using the strips of papers. There's not actually much stamping today. Last week's card was very sort of lilac-y and green. We didn't really use too much peach. It was a bit more lilac-y. So today we're going to sort of use the peaches, and I will show you what I love about these papers is that you've got a really sort of like arty-farty pattern on one side, and then it's a little bit simpler and it's more of just one colour, watercoloured colour on the other side. I really like that. So the papers that I'm predominantly going to use today are this one. We didn't use any papers last week, did we? So what I'm trying to do is sort of alternate how we do things, alternate the colours, and sort of alternate the styles as well. So we're going to use this one, and I love the spots, you know me, in polka dots. And then I'm looking for that green stripy one, and I'm hoping it's on the back of here. Yes. So this is one with cinnamon cider in it. Obviously your papers are a little bit smaller. I've just grabbed, hi Maria, what I've got left over. Looks a bit fuzzy, the picture today, but I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi. Right, so in your pack, you've got a pale papaya card base and then a piece of white with a 1/2 centimetre gap all the way around. And then you've got this lovely little, I need to pop those dots out. You've got this lovely little die cut, and this is fastly becoming one of my go-tos. And it is from this set of dies, and they're called scalloped contours, and I love this one. And they go with this stamp set in a bundle. So these cut out, what I like about it is these cut out the flowers, but then you've got all these scallop dies as well. So the bundle is called Colour and Contour. So I really like, I got that out to show you where they're from because I get asked. So I really like the dies in it, and this is a really good one for this set because the sentiments are huge in this stamp set. So you've got that, and then you've got a piece of this woven. It's quite a thick ribbon. It's not particularly a ribbon to tie in a bow. It's like a linen woven one. So we're going to use this, and then you've got a piece of linen thread. Okay, because we're going to do that cute little thing just to make it more interesting, where I tie that little, that's a good picture, where I tie a little bow, they're really good, Maria, those dies. I tie a little bow around the ribbon just for a little bit of extra interest. So we're not doing much stamping today, and last week we did a lot of stamping. So what I'm trying to do is, I hope you can see, I'm trying to sort of alternate what we're doing. We can actually put the card base to one side for the moment, and you can take your paper. Now, don't get too hung up on this, on the size. I'm working in centimetres, and I'm cutting these papers between 1.5 to 2 centimetres. They don't have to be exact, so they're between about 1.5 to 2 centimetres. And then I've put a longer one in the middle, and I've sort of come down smaller, but again, they're not exact. The longer one is just over 8.5, and the smaller ones are about 6.5, so probably 6.5 is the smallest I would do. I did do one, I've forgotten what, I did it on my Memories of Law class, that's it, a couple of weeks ago, and I actually measured those quite precisely. This one I haven't. But if you like to be precise, there are 7. So this one could be about, did I say 9, didn't I? Or 8.5 to 9. And then you could come down to like 8, 7.5, and things like that. You know, you could come down like that. It's up to you how finicky you are about it all being symmetrical. I'm not so fussed because it's a handmade card. I'm not a machine. I'm not producing cards in a factory, so I don't think my friends are going to get the ruler out and measure it. That's what I guess what I'm trying to say. Don't get too hung up if one of your pieces is a little bit. Right, so I'm going to do my longest one first, and I'm going to do this between 8.5 and 9, and as I say, it's between 1.5 and 2 centimetres. And then you see this one, I think this piece was 6 inches, which yours are. Yeah, it's about that. So you should actually get a small one left over that you can use, you know, for one of the ends. You might want to trim that down, but you need like one long one in the middle, and then you've got 3 smaller ones at either side. So I'm going to do one at 6.5 for the end. I'm going to do this one at 6.5 as well. So I've got like my 2 ends, and I have like just contradicted what I said, and I have sort of done them the same, and that's going to be my middle one. Okay, so then I'm going to do, oh look, let's use this piece of scrap here. Now when you're cutting these thin pieces, my advice will be to use the measurement at the right hand side, because it's easier to do smaller measurements using that one at the right. Just be careful when you pop it down, because there's not much to sort of hold on to, not much spare paper to hold on to. Now this one I might have to cut another one. Yeah. I was going to say, oh, we're up to 13 now, that's shot up, thank you. Please do say hi, and please do a thumbs up if you can, please. I would love that. And thank you to those of you who joined us on Thursday evening for our birthday celebration of Paper Crafts and Piano. We had a really lovely evening. I hope you did too. I did put the link on for the card that I made. Okay, so I've cut 5 pieces now. You can see there, I'm just lining them up. And then I'm going to cut. When I'm doing this piece, I like my stripes to go horizontal because the paper's so narrow that if you did the stripes going vertically, you don't really see much stripe. So I'm going to cut them and have them like horizontal. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now this is great. You know, I like to give you ideas for using up scraps of paper, and this is a perfect one. And what I'm going to do is, it's really important that it's easier to put them on like this first and work out, you know, I can already see there that I've got more white space left over at that side than the other side. You know, and just eyeball it. I will say though, this is the most useful, one of the most useful tools in your craft room. 4.2. Oof, 4.2. So just lay them on like that, and then I love the pop of pink in this one actually, a little bit of pinky, and that's going to go like that. Yeah. Oh, thanks Ali. Oh, hi Ruth, thanks for tuning in. What are you prepping for, if you don't mind me asking? I did preps for my puffing class yesterday, and I will be filming that tomorrow. Right, now, I think I am running low on glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them off here one at a time. And you might knock them, but... And I'm using my wet glue, as always. It is my preferred choice. I am getting to the end of this one. And then I'm just going to pop it back in. Like that. And it gives you, I like to use my wet glue because it gives me a bit of wiggle room. Now this card will obviously work with any of your papers. So any of the parcel in the posts. In fact, I'm going to pop this on my Facebook group for my parcel in the post. You could do this with the peaches papers. For those of you who like to get my parcel in the post, or some of you might not even know what I'm talking about, it's a monthly thing I do that's £20, and you get a selection of papers from a certain suite, cardstock to match, ribbon, embellishments. Sometimes you even get like some of the treat boxes and things, accessories, let's call those. Last month it was peaches, and for next month I'm always a month. Oh, brilliant, Ruth. I'm always like working ahead. So I was going to do the expressions in ink that I shared on Facebook Live last week, but the papers are on back order until August. They've been very popular. So that's put the kibosh on that one. So I am going to be doing the pansies, parcel in the post. So look out for that. And I've got loads of classes that I've announced for July. Apart from one, they are all online. I have put an in-person class in right for the end of July. We are allowed to do classes at the minute, depending on the venue that you have. You know, some places won't let you rent out spaces, but I know of some studios around me, they are operating classes, but obviously there's criteria like mask wearing and social distancing and things. I wasn't really wanting to start any in-person classes up again until we didn't have to socially distance. So anyway, there's one in for the 24th of July. And I've got one person booked on, which is fab. I've got classes using the plants, papers, the pansies, the peaches. Plants, pansies and peaches. It's all the P's. Puffins, plants, pansies and peaches. Okay. Now, we don't want to stick that on yet. Why, do you ask? Because we've got the ribbon to put down. So I haven't got a piece of ribbon cut. So when you're using ribbon, we don't really want to use glue because glue and ribbon are not a good combination. So we want to take some tape and I'm just going to pop that there and eyeball where the middle is. Oof, I'm all fingers and thumbs. I'm on my second outfit of the day today because I'd got a t-shirt on and I was doing breakfast and doing our lunches and stuff this morning. And actually, it was the same t-shirt as I had on last Tuesday and I saw my video back, so it's probably quite good I've not got the same outfit on. Not that it matters, but... and I'm doing as a slow cooker tea tonight because we're going to go out on the bikes as soon as Craig gets home from work. So I said, oh, that's fine, I'll do slow cooker. So I was putting some chicken or having like a nice curry, you know, hot day, just what you want. But and I sort of flicked the wooden spoon as I was stirring it, and it did the wooden spoon did a somersault, and all the juice just flicked onto my t-shirt. So I whipped that off, rinsed it under the tap, and then it's gone in the washer. So yeah, anyway, you needed to know that, didn't you? Oh wow, we're up to 16, thank you. We're very, very quiet this morning. Please say hello if you are signed in. So that's like that. Okay, so it's not glued down here, yeah? And I don't mind that because I need to get under there with my twine. What I'm going to do now though is I am going to stamp my little sentiment. Okay. Now it's a small shape. I'm using mint macaron, which coordinates with these papers. And just to let you know, I'm still open for bookings for the next coffee and card. It doesn't start until the 13th of July, but I've started ordering the stuff and it's the peaches. Oh, they're just so lovely, the peaches. So I'm going to stamp thanks because I think they're very useful cards to have. Obviously, if there isn't a birthday stamp in this set, you might want to use something from another set that we've done, but I'm using thanks like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue this onto my card base now. Hi Geraldine. It's getting warmer here. Mind you, I love it. It makes such a difference to your mood, I think. Okay, so that's going to stick onto the card base. And I have got a big border here this time because I want to see the peach. Well, I know it's not peach, it's called pale papaya, but I want to see the peachy colour. Would look nice on a macaron. So if you've got the hand-penned parcel in the post, which was the May one, you've got nearly everything. In fact, you know, apart from a sentiment and the die, you've got this ribbon. So you've got this ribbon, you've got the papers, and you've got the card. So you could make this without the parcel in the post. Yeah? Right, we now need some foam pads. Now, what I want to do, what you need to be mindful of, I'm going to use these edgy ones, and I'll tell you for why in a minute. I like to cut them down because the ribbon is not stuck down. You need to make sure that you have some of the foam pad at least sticking to the card behind it, and not just, we don't just want to stick this die cut to the ribbon, because then that's going to sort of flop about. So I'm using these thin ones, the edges, and I'm putting them as near to the dots as I can without them being seen. Okay, so there will be some of it will be stuck to the ribbon, but then hopefully some of it will stick, yeah, it'll stick to the paper and the card as well. Geraldine, just go for the strips, because it's so good to get rid of your scraps. Now, what's really good about this is you can look at the scallops. Here you can think, right, that's lined up, the ribbon's going there, I've got that gap there, and then look at them at the top where they are sort of lined up with your paper, and then pop that down, yeah, like that. And then finally, I'm going to thread this linen thread under the ribbon there. Come on, little linen thread. I love how this curls because it's been on the how it gets delivered, how they package it. That's what I should be saying. And it makes it curly. So can you see on here, even though I made this card, I don't know, it's still a little bit curly, and I love that. So I'm just going to tie this around here, the curly linen thread, and I'm just going to tie it sort of in the middle of the ribbon, you know, the same gap at each. Don't, just be gentle to start with, because you don't want to pull too tight, and then your ribbon should be fairly secure if you've stuck it down with the tape. And I'm not doing the bunny ears with thread, life's too short, it still ties nice if you just do normal shoelace style tying. And there we have our curly linen thread. Oh, brilliant. That's good. Geraldine, I'm so pleased that Dean was making his sister a birthday card. I'm just looking at you. Wow, I've got 17 watch. So there is the card for today. Very easy, really, but quite pleasing on the eye. I hope you agree. And you can do it in, so if you've got the parcel in the post, you could do it in other combos, because you could do it in with the lilacs and use the Highland Heather ribbon that came with the parcel in the post. So there are today's makes. Hang on a minute. There you go, zoomed in a bit for you. There we go, a bit better. So next week is week 3 already. Ooh, I need to get cracking with the peaches ones. Mind you, I've got all the cards, apart from one, I've got all the cards designed for that, so that's easy. So if you can get your order in for the peachy one that starts on the 13th of July, that would be great. Now, this is week 3, and it's a little bit different this week because we are using one of the Memories and More cards. Yeah, so they already come pre-designed like this. You get 20 of them with envelopes, and you've seen that fancy envelope. I've not got it on my desk actually. That fancy envelope. I'll just go. Where's it gone? Yep. So in your paper and envelope pack, you had 4 standard envelopes, but then you also had this fancy one. So these cards come with these envelopes, and you get 20 for £9.25. I think they might be out of stock at the minute. I'm not too sure, but I thought let's have one of those, and let's do a nice card with that. So that is what we shall do next week, and we are going to make this one next week. So I've done this as a get well card, and I've used a lot of the different designs, but the one thing that they've got in common is they've all got a bit of mint macaron in. So I've used the mint macaron. I've actually used a die here that's retired the stitched shapes, but yeah, so we're using the papers a lot again next week, but we are doing a little bit of stamping here. So that's next week's card, and it's nice for you to do something a bit different and have one of the ready-made cards. I was dead certain that I wanted us to do that, so you could see how nice they are and the quality of them. So yes, right, so we are done. That was a quick one today. Well, it's 11 nearly. So I'm going to do a Facebook Live this afternoon if anyone is around. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll put it. I've got a lot to do today, but I'll probably be on for half an hour or so. I've got a class on Saturday afternoon using the puff-in stamp set if you want to watch. Hi Vicky, if you want to watch along, I've got a class on Saturday afternoon with the puff-ins, and we're back obviously on Thursday night for week 53 into our second year. And I think on Thursday night I'm going to be doing some male themed cards, just in case anyone is needing to do a Father's Day card in time for Sunday. So I think that's probably a wise move, maybe a little bit of masculine inspiration. In fact, I could do that this afternoon too, because I think people struggle with that. So leave that with me, I will have a think about that. And then next week it's back to coffee and card on Tuesday. So if you do want to sign up to the next round, it's a really reasonably priced one. Next round, it's £33 if you want option A for 5 weeks. It's £33 for the 5-week course, so it's just over £6 a week and of course you get the stamp set, you get an ink pad, you get a quarter of a pack of the papers, and you get a sponge dauber next time, plus all the card kits, plus the tutorials on here, and a little bit of chitter chatter every Tuesday morning with me. So even if you can't make them on a Tuesday at 10:30, please don't let that put you off. You can do them in your own time, and the videos stay on my channel on the coffee and card playlist. So yeah, that's peaches. So I will see you hopefully on Facebook this afternoon, and thank you for watching this morning. I actually got up to 20 viewers at one point, which is a lot more than I thought I would. Don't forget yeah, you do forget a biscuit too, Geraldine. How could I forget the biscuit? Although I've not had one of those biscuits for 4 weeks now. I've been a very good girl, because I kept being naughty and dipping into the class tub where the biscuits were. Oh, have a nice time away, Jill. So yes, I've not had a biscuit for 4 weeks. I'm trying to be really good. So, and it's paying off slowly but surely. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Oh, hi Sandra, thanks for watching. Yeah, I did, Sandra, well, you've probably already designed your cards and things, but I've got a video on here from a couple of Saturdays ago where we did, well, I made about 12 cards in an hour using the Memories and More, so feel free to have a look at those if you've not already got loads of ideas. You've probably already got lots of ideas. Thanks for leaving a comment, Sandra. So yeah, they are fabulous, the Memories and More cards. Really, really good. Really good quality and really good value this time. Really good, and the hand penned cards that match are brilliant. So if you want to purchase them, I have got a class on my channel that you can then refer back to, because I think that's what we need. We need the ideas, don't we? So thanks, girls, for tuning in. I am going to make myself a cup of tea and try and cool down. That's a bit ironic, isn't it? Make myself a cup of tea and try and cool down. And I've got some packing of customer thank you gifts to go out, and then I'll be back on YouTube at 1:30, not YouTube, Facebook, at 1:30 this afternoon. So I will see you then. Oh, thanks, Sandra, that I popped up. Thanks, love. Thanks, ladies, and I will see you this afternoon on Facebook. Bye.